Hello, learner, academic, student. You're going back and resuming your studies, or you're studying for the first time in a new program, a new environment. There might be a lot of emotions that are coming with the bringing of this season, and that's okay. I thought that I would extend some positive affirmations, some positive wishes as you enter this new chapter. Is it all right that I'm reaching out from you? Reaching out for you from time to time. Thank you. Okay. So, some of the good things about learning is that you're growing. You are in a place of growth, in a place of expansion. And there are endless things to learn. Sometimes it can be exceptionally helpful to be in a setting that is dedicated, that has the purpose of learning, whether that's a setting in person or if you're conducting your studies online. When we have a group, a goal that we're trying to work towards, that can help us achieve our aims with our studies. And I also acknowledge that studying is really challenging sometimes. Learning can be difficult. Learning can also be fraught with some tension too. Are you feeling lost? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Do you get bored sometimes? Do you get uninterested? There can be a lot of conflicting emotions, or you may feel you're on one side or the other. But either way, I think that expanding your knowledge, growing as a person, is a good thing. And when we acquire more knowledge, we can use it for good things. I think it's like anything. There might be information that we hold that it's really heavy, and we can use it for good aims. And it might even be that, say for example, you're not enthralled with the subject that you're learning. You're learning about yourself. You're learning about your preferences, your stance on certain subjects. You're learning a bit more about who you are. At least that is my wish for you. And I hope that you have the good fortune of being in a setting where you can associate with other people that are learning, other people that have the common goals that you do. I'm going to light a candle while we're chatting. Some people are very internally motivated. I, on the other hand, am quite motivated by a team-like setting, having accountability. I've had to learn that I do better when I'm being evaluated. So even imposing rules or imposing structure on myself with someone else is helpful. So even because I might want to kick my feet up or get lost or not quite sure where to set the bar, and having the bar set, I know some people might feel like, oh, you should be able to set the bar yourself, but I think that it's okay to have a bar set or a standard that you have to meet, and it's okay to exceed it if you wish, but it's a goal to reach something that we've established amongst peers and with those that we are looking up to in that setting to try to achieve. I think it's a good thing. And I know some people have opinions about the structure of educational programs, but I think we're doing our best. I think we are. And if you have ideas about how they can improve, I think you should use your voice where you can, where it's appropriate. Ooh, I almost burned my thumb. Oh, those crackles are for you. Look at that. I didn't cut the wick, so this is going to be a gnarly flame with there's black smoke that comes out the top. That's bad maintenance. So, lighting this candle for you, sending positive intentions to you. This is a cinnamon vanilla candle. It's one of my favorites. I love vanilla, I love cinnamon. The only other, I think, scents I like outside of gourmand, kind of vanilla, cinnamon, those sweet scents, would be lemon, citrus. Beautiful. Don't really like grapefruit, but lemon. So, what I like about the beginning of a new term, a new semester, a new year is it really symbolizes another opportunity for change, for whatever it is that you're wanting to adopt. We can change any time, any moment, any day, but these marks, I find significance. And I'm giving you permission that whatever you want to accomplish, whatever your dreams are, whatever you want, whatever you aspire to in this chapter of learning, I think there's so much that we can achieve if we really put our minds to it. And it's okay to lean on different resources to help within. When I say lean on different resources, I don't mean cheating. I mean using resources that help us to be the best student that we can be. And for those of us that are not in school, this is a beautiful season. The equinox that's approaching, whether you're in the northern or the southern hemisphere. If you're in the northern hemisphere, we're at the halfway point of the year. Halfway point where light and dark are equal. And the leaves start to change colors and they fall, not for another couple of weeks. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's your new season. It's spring, the new year approaching, rebirth. I find these transitions are really meaningful, and if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's a good time to reflect on what we desire, what we would like to achieve, what we want to let go of, and what we want to store. And academically speaking and learning speaking, I think it's a good opportunity to do that too, to break down what you need. Break down what you need to succeed. And I lost my train of thought. If you are not learning in an academic setting, this is a wonderful time to learn about ourselves, to learn and reflect on what we need to learn and grow for this upcoming season. So in terms of affirmations, I want you to know that you are capable and that we have a lot of space up here. I don't think we know the limits to what we're able to learn and to hold. We don't know the capacity, which is pretty cool. Maybe that's been discovered, but don't tell me. I want to know that it's endless. Of course, we'll get rid of information that we don't need to use anymore, something that's irrelevant. I think when we sleep, our brain combs through the data. Kind of like when you take a burst of photos, I think our minds kind of go through and say, which ones do I want to keep and which ones can I delete? So we don't hold on to everything. That would be a lot of information. There's only so much that our minds really care to pay attention to at a time. Otherwise, I think we might explode. But that which we hold on to, I think there's so much opportunity to build and build and build and build and build. I like the idea that I've heard the analogy, and I'm not sure if it was somebody quoting Will Smith, I think, about building a brick wall day by day. You don't build it in a day, it's built brick by brick. And I like to think of that as learning. Now, I had not been the best student historically. I had made a habit of cram as much as I could because I would get away with it. I would still do okay in my studies, but I know now with seeing what allows me to be healthy and happy, it's time to follow the recommendations for me of learning a little bit, of learning each and every single day and testing and using learning techniques to help to enhance and to bolster what learning I can do. But you'll get to find what you like and what works for you. You know, we all have different time constraints. We all have differing bandwidths of what we feel like we can extend to our learning. So I should probably give an affirmation. You are capable. You are capable. And you have this massive net. You could just fill it. Imagine this has been done before. It must have. I'm pretty sure I've seen it as a child. The idea that you could cast a fishing net and capture the stars. If you can picture a fishing net full, bursting at the seams, I'm picturing it lassoing around the stars. That's your mind. I think go for it. Learn endlessly, grow endlessly. And if you're feeling timid, if you're feeling worried or frustrated or nervous about this upcoming academic term, it's okay. It's okay. If you're nervous about this upcoming, if it's a season that you're in, if it's a major change that you're about to make, if it's a new journey that you're embarking on and it's not feeling great, it's okay. It's okay. You're gonna get through. You're gonna get through one day at a time, one morning at a time, one afternoon at a time, one evening at a time, step by step, day by day, week by week, night by night, month by month. Keep going, keep growing, keep building, keep learning, brick by brick by brick by brick by brick by brick by brick. Another affirmation would be that you're capable of incorporating fun and play. I know we talked about play last time, but I think this is a great example to bring up how play can be added. Why not? I don't think there's any rules about how you learn. I think there's different tools we can get out of our bag to apply. That's my magic wand. That's me saying that you can apply magic to your learning if you find that there's a certain style, or if there's rapid fire questioning, if it's incorporating or teaming up with others and testing one another, if it's using different game software that's available, do it. if it makes your learning feel more enjoyable, if it's creating wacky and wild stories to help you memorize details, if it's doing deep dives on a subject by looking at related information. A dear friend, has shared that they like to view media related to a subject before doing deep dive. It helps to ease them in, but it also can prime them. So they'll watch a movie related to the topic, or a documentary, or something similar of the sort, and it helps them to tie in different subjects, which I think is really smart. I know we only have so much time in a day, but if you can find a way to make learning fun, I think it'll be stickier. I think you might enjoy yourself more. So if you need to join a team or a study group, or even if there's the apps online where I think you can book a room to see another person that's doing a task or studying, if that helps you, then go for it. If having structured, a quiet space, a peaceful space, a space that helps you to feel like you're in the zone, nourish that. I also give you permission to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. So you are not a failure if you make mistakes. You're not. We have a funny system where I think we prize perfection. We give prizes too, but I think we also need to have, celebration of learning and reorienting. Making mistakes and reorienting, understanding. And that may not be in terms of grade points. There are participation points. And for some people that can be difficult because speaking in class or what have you might be challenging, but if there might be other ways to participate. But I think you learn a lot when you make a mistake and you learn why you made that mistake. So you're quite intelligent when you deep dive into that mistake and learn what happened. So I give you permission to ask wild questions and to be okay with being wrong. You are human and it's normal not to know. You can't possibly know everything. Sometimes I wish I did. Not everything. I want there to be some mystery and things to look for, but I wish I knew everything about how the world worked. The fundamentals, anyways, that we need to know to understand society and people, and that we could uncover new mysteries. I think I want to say, I wish I knew everything that is available to know today. So, but I know it's probably not possible in my lifetime to do that. So just know that you have endless possibilities ahead of you. There's no way you can know everything. So ask if you feel like it. If you feel safe to do so, it's okay. You are normal and you're curious and you're human to have questions. And that's a beautiful thing. So whether it's you're asking in private, you're finding out and looking information up that you're not sure of, I think it's safe to say assuming can often lead us astray. So many times I assume and learn after, and sometimes I know I'm doing it and I regret it afterwards. Some assumptions are okay, but when you're when there's some importance around it, it's okay to check. It's okay to check. So I give you permission. You don't need my permission, but I want you to know that it's okay to, like Miss Frizzle says, to make mistakes, get messy. And it's okay to feel growing pains. It's okay to feel frustrated or nervous or anxious sometime, and it's okay to be excited. So you are someone who's capable of excitement and of salivating, savoring, learning. And if you get to find something that really makes your light bulbs bright, burn brightly, then I think it's worthwhile treasuring that. And I'm wishing you all the very best, in this academic chapter. And even if you're not learning in this next season, this next opportunity for growth and for development, I'm wishing you very well. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you well. Take care. Take care.